The stage lights dimmed, and the audience's murmurs filled the grand theater, a ripple of excitement mixed with curiosity. It was a night like no other, one that promised astonishing talent, yet no one could have anticipated what was about to unfold. Behind the curtain, a young boy from the Philippines took a deep breath. His heart raced, not with fear, but with anticipation, a quiet confidence that comes only from a lifetime of passion and relentless practice. Clutching the microphone, his fingers slightly trembling, he prepared to step into a world he had only dreamed of, a world filled with the brightest lights, the most discerning judges, and millions of viewers. Tonight, he wasn't just performing a song, he was sharing his soul. He emerged from backstage, the polished floor reflecting the dazzling lights above. The audience gasped softly as they took in his presence. He was small, maybe 12 years old, yet there was a remarkable poise in the way he held himself, an unspoken promise that something extraordinary was about to happen. Michael Jackson's iconic music began to play softly from the speakers, and the boy's eyes sparkled with determination. His lips curled into a gentle smile, a hint of both nerves and anticipation. For him, this was more than just a performance. It was the culmination of years of silent practice, of stolen moments singing in empty rooms, of late nights perfecting every note while his peers were asleep. This was his moment to shine. Simon Cowell, sitting at the center of the judges' panel, leaned forward with that familiar expression of cautious skepticism mixed with curiosity. He had seen countless performers, many with raw talent, others with technical precision, but there was always a way to tell when something special was waiting to happen. He raised an eyebrow slightly, intrigued by the audacity of youth and the confidence that radiated from someone so young. The other judges exchanged glances, a mix of encouragement and polite anticipation, sensing that this wasn't going to be an ordinary performance. As the first notes of Billie Jean filled the auditorium, the boy's voice emerged, clear, confident, and hauntingly mature. The tone was uncanny, a flawless mimicry of the king of pop, yet imbued with his own youthful purity. Every word, every syllable, resonated with both precision and emotion. The audience leaned forward in their seats, some holding their breath, others instinctively recording on their phones. It wasn't just a tribute, it was an embodiment of Michael Jackson himself, delivered with the innocence and raw sincerity of someone who understood the soul behind the music. Simon's usual stern expression softened imperceptibly as he felt the music wrap around him, a rare warmth stirring in his chest. He had seen incredible performers, yes, but rarely had a young voice carried such depth, such undeniable authenticity. It was as if the boy's voice reached straight into the room, past the glittering lights and beyond the cameras, touching something deeply human in everyone present. The rhythm, the emotion, the subtle nuances of Michael's style, all executed flawlessly by a 12-year-old boy who had devoted his life to this very moment. The boy glided across the stage with smooth movements reminiscent of Jackson's iconic style, a testament to his dedication not just to singing but to embodying the artist he loved. Every step, every tilt of the head, every small gesture was practiced yet felt spontaneous, effortless, and magnetic. The audience's murmurs grew into soft applause, tentative at first, then swelling as the performance unfolded. The boy's voice soared through the high notes, controlled yet passionate, wrapping around the melody with the precision of a professional and the heartfelt sincerity of a child who truly loved what he was doing. The camera captured the intensity in his eyes, a window into the soul of a child who had faced countless obstacles, who had sung for an empty room more times than he could count, who had dreamed of this very stage while facing the reality of life's hardships. And yet, there he was, not just surviving the pressure, but thriving, commanding every second with undeniable magnetism. Simon sat, frozen for a moment, the pen he usually gripped tightly resting loosely in his hand. His eyes, usually quick to judge and slow to praise, were now glued to the stage. He whispered almost to himself, a rare crack in his famously stern demeanor, this is special." The other judges nodded, their faces lit with surprise and awe, recognizing the extraordinary talent before them. Every movement the boy made, every note he sang, was a story of perseverance, of dreams fueled by determination, and a love for music that transcended age and circumstance. As the final chorus approached, the boy's energy intensified. His voice, now soaring with emotion, captivated everyone in the room. Cheers formed in the eyes of some audience members, moved not only by the technical brilliance but by the authenticity and passion radiating from someone so young. It wasn't just a performance, it was a reminder of the purity of dreams and the power of following one's heart against all odds. The stage seemed to shrink around him, yet at the same time, it expanded into something larger than life, a testament to the boy's presence and his undeniable connection to the music. Simon's hand moved almost involuntarily toward the golden buzzer. There was no hesitation, no second thought. He pressed it. The theater erupted with a mixture of gasps and cheers. Confetti began to fall, but for a moment, it felt like time had slowed. The boy froze, overwhelmed by the magnitude of the moment, and then a radiant smile spread across his face, illuminating the entire stage. He had done it. Not only had he conquered the song, the stage, and the nerves, but he had also captured the heart of Simon Cowell, a man notoriously difficult to impress. Simon stood and clapped, tears glistening in his eyes, a rare display of genuine emotion that matched the enormity of the performance. The boy's parents, sitting in the audience, were overcome with pride, unable to contain their tears. They had watched their son grow up in modest circumstances, facing countless challenges, yet never losing his love for music. All the late nights, the sacrifices, the moments of doubt, they were all worth it for this single shining moment. The judges applauded enthusiastically, some rising from their seats, recognizing that this performance was not just exceptional, it was historic. The golden buzzer wasn't just a ticket to the next round, it was a symbol of recognition, of belief in the extraordinary potential of a young boy who dared to dream bigger than his circumstances. Simon approached him on stage after the performance, crouching slightly to meet the boy at eye level. His voice, soft yet filled with awe, carried an emotional weight that few had ever heard from him. "You have something truly rare. Not just talent, not just skill, but soul. And that is what makes people like me sit up and pay attention. You are going to go far. I promise you that." The boy, overwhelmed yet steady, nodded, tears of joy welling in his eyes. The moment wasn't just about fame or success. It was about recognition, about validation for years of hard work, dedication, and unwavering belief in a dream. As the audience continued to cheer, the boy's performance became a viral sensation, spreading across the world. Clips of the moment when Simon pressed the golden buzzer circulated online, inspiring millions. Comments poured in from fans around the globe, messages of encouragement, admiration, and awe. People were not just reacting to a talented performer, they were responding to a story of hope, resilience, and the power of music to transcend borders, ages, and circumstances. Backstage, after the confetti settled and the applause faded into echoes, the boy sat quietly, absorbing everything. It was surreal, almost dreamlike. The young performer reflected on the journey that had brought him here, from singing in quiet corners of his home, to small local competitions, to the grandeur of the national stage. Every sacrifice, every moment of doubt, every late night spent practicing, had led to this. And in that realization, there was profound gratitude, not just for the recognition, but for the journey itself. As the next act prepared to take the stage, Simon remained nearby, a rare and genuine smile on his face. He knew he had witnessed something remarkable, something that would stay with him far beyond the boundaries of the show. And for the boy, this was only the beginning. The golden buzzer was more than a key to the next round. It was a symbol that dreams could be realized, that talent combined with passion and dedication could move hearts, inspire millions, and change lives. The camera lingered on his face, capturing a mixture of disbelief, joy, and determination. It was the face of a dreamer, but also of someone who had proven that dreams, no matter how impossible they seem, could come true. The audience continued to cheer as the camera panned across the theater, capturing every tear, every smile, every expression of awe. It was a shared experience, a moment that transcended age, nationality, and circumstance. The boy's story became a testament to the idea that no matter where you come from, no matter the obstacles, passion and perseverance can lead to extraordinary outcomes. And as Simon pressed the golden buzzer, the camera captured the glimmer in his eyes, a reflection of the awe and respect that only true talent can inspire. In the quiet moments after the cheering subsided, the boy's parents hugged him tightly, whispering words of love and pride. The judges smiled knowingly, recognizing that they had witnessed not just a performance, but the birth of a star. And as the lights dimmed and the next act began, one thing was clear to everyone watching. This young Filipino boy had not only honored Michael Jackson's legacy but had also created a legacy of his own, one built on courage, heart, and an unyielding belief in the power of dreams. The performance became a symbol of hope for millions of children around the world, showing that age, circumstances, or nationality could never limit the reach of talent and passion. Stories of his journey spread across news outlets, social media, and international broadcasts. People were captivated, inspired, and reminded of the simple truth: music has the power to unite, to heal, and to elevate the human spirit. And in the center of it all stood a 12-year-old boy from the Philippines, singing Michael Jackson with soul, heart, and a voice that would not be forgotten. Simon Cowell had pressed the golden buzzer, but in reality, it was the boy who had pressed a button in the hearts of millions, a reminder that dreams are timeless, and extraordinary talent can come from the most unexpected places.